Welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. If you're seeing me, there may be a reason. There's no captions, no hashtags. I'm having problems speaking. I am using the Oracle of Plain Secrets, the Alleyway Oracles. And I've got a message for you. So if you're feeling like you've been collared a little bit too much, people have been trying to kind of tell you what to do, telling you that when you are not controlling yourself the way that they want, that you are hurting other people, this might be for you. That's the cards we got. We got the Ace of Hounds, the Queen of Fly Traps, and that's just the vibe. Somebody, you feel very powerful, but like somebody is just kind of like, it's too bright. Just not a good look, you know? I'm a scaredy cat vibe, if I'm being honest. So why are you seeing me? What do you need to know? Ooh. Kids on bikes. This is just a stage, either for you or them. Some of you, this is just going to be a real quick relationship, situationship, something. Others of you, this person will change. But some of you are going to kick this person to the curb 100%. Don't feel bad about that, but I would give it a minute because the Spire just came out this way, but in reverse. So, and this is a card of you breaking down a system that has been set up that is not working in the favor of other people. A system is kind of old, outdated, and really needs to be broken down, but it came out in reverse. So it might be that you're being a little bit stubborn about this. Maybe you are hurting people when you're letting your dog off the chain. Oh, okay, so the Pondering Senator just came out, so it... I think this person might have just had a bad experience. I'm going to talk to the people who, I don't think they're planning on kicking this person to the curb, but this person might have had a shitty experience. They've seen certain signs and things. Oh yeah, that's anger. They've seen certain signs and things in past relationships that have affected how they see types and parts of your personality, either mistaking it for aggression or noticing it for the aggression that it is. So this person has some sort of experience with this. And that Spire, the City Must Fall in reverse, is really throwing me. Okay. And then, oh, what is that? I forgot what card that is. This isn't a kick them to the curb kind of situation, though. This is just somebody that's been a little hurt because of their previous relationship. You just have to be patient with them and take time. It might take a little bit of giving, where you're just kind of listening and being like, I can understand that, but I gotta be honest, I'm not changing my behavior or who I am. If you want to translate your understanding to realizing that the way that I'm coming across is for this, or this, and you don't even necessarily have to explain yourself. If it's not gonna work out with that person, it's not gonna work out with that person, but I think there will be understanding here, because I got the Pondering Senator, the Ring, Little Trickster, and then this. I keep forgetting what, ooh, and then Strength behind it. Hold on, I gotta go pause and look these up. Okay, it's torn. It's torn. It's that there are two options here, but you're strong enough to make a choice, no matter what choice you make, because this just flew out right behind it. So you are torn, but there is strength underneath 100%. So whatever choice you make is kind of the message. It's not so serious. This is not like yeah, this is your soulmate, and if you fuck it up here, you'll never interact or meet again. It's not that kind of thing. This is just a connection. Don't let it stick any wrenches in your gears. But listen to what they're saying. Don't discount them 100% either. They have a perspective, and you were meant to meet this person for a reason and kind of understand their perspective, hear their perspective even maybe. They're in your life for a reason, so you have to figure out what to do with this. You might have to make a choice, or it also might be about discernment, because these both came out together. And then we've got the Ace of Hounds for the bottom of one deck and the Queen of Fly Traps for the other. So kind of differing, right? Completely tamed and then not. So it's like you've got a choice here to work on your discernment, to kind of take a minute and be like, okay, well, all right, I'm going to try to be this certain way in this scenario and this certain way in this scenario, kind of leading you to a more chameleon type excuse me, a more chameleon type existence where you observe before you speak. You might be in a bad habit of kind of saying whatever pops in your head, and this is to teach you that that is not always discretion is the better part of valor is what I'm hearing in my head. Yeah, from childhood. This is you letting your inner child out, and sometimes that kid just needs to sit down and be quiet for a second, take a time out, take some deep breaths, fucking relax so the grown-ups can talk, okay? Or listen. So you have got to work on a little bit of self-control here. You've got to make a choice and then abide by by the consequences of whatever choice you make. But they're not going to be big. It's not a big deal. It's just that if you don't, I say this, I've said this a few times before now, if you don't learn the lesson, life has a way of bringing it back in a different flavor. So let's not try to go Baskin Robbins with this whole, over and over and over and over again, because it seems like you love being in the experience, but you don't necessarily fully put yourself there. Oh. So we got Medusa, and this is kind of going along with what I was saying, where you need to find discernment, because Medusa is a card of not fearing the monster, or not fearing the tiger that eats the villagers, because the tiger's just being a tiger. Well, I guess not some tigers' cases. That's a bad example. But the animal is being the animal. And hating yourself for part of yourself is causing all kinds of problems. You need to go back and start accepting parts of yourself that maybe a long, long time ago you denied, you slid, or you hid down, which also might be why this Queen of Flytraps is a Queen of Flytraps and not necessarily a Queen of Cups, Wands, Swords, what have you, Pentacles, right? It might be that something... Yeah, you need a different perspective. You've got to change your perspective here with this Morkborg card coming out. You see how there's 5 different eyes, and that person is just sitting there. You need to learn how to, and it's not that yourself is bad, how to contain yourself and not necessarily withhold either, but withhold parts of yourself until, I mean, for your safety and the safety of others. And it's not, I mean, it's not necessarily safety, but it's, if you can just quietly assimilate into certain specific scenarios and situations, you might learn more than if you had just stomped in there and said, "It's me, Anastasia," right? You might learn a little bit more just kind of sliding in quietly, okay? Get a different perspective. An invaluable chance. There's a lot of people that would kill for different perspectives or the chance to experience one completely, fully, and wholly, not with a perspective that's still riddled with their own biases. So you have a chance here to process and accept parts of yourself that you not necessarily hadn't. Don't take big steps with it. This vow always comes out in my collective too. Baby steps. Don't make any sweeping promises. I'll give it the old college try, right? That's it. So you don't get so disappointed and quit if you let yourself down. When you let yourself down, we're human, it's going to happen. The sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can just keep going. You're holding on to this mindset that does not belong to you. This, this devil mindset that I should be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, wherever I want, however I want. Sure. But I should be able, we're not going to get into it. You're giving in a little bit too much to yourself. And that normally would have been, was how you prospered before, but again, this is a different scenario, a different situation. Your way through this is conquering that contract that you have to give yourself the things that you want. You know it's going to suck, and there's a lot of guilt that you need to process. So with the symbol here and then trapped in a closet, you're not being seen, but then there's this guilt here as well. So there is some shit you have to work on. We have the patient, and I have to look this up. I look it up a few times and then I forget what it means. So give me a second. It's straight up from the book. The patient is the acceptance of things as they truly are, not the version you wish to believe. It's accepting scary truths. They will hurt to accept, but it will also free you, release you of the burden of hiding, of being afraid as a state of being. You have got to do this. Don't take their advice to heart and change yourself completely, but change your presentation. Change how you exist in the world, move in the world, get along, slither through, slide through in the world. If you can control that, you will be able to control doing it with or without notice, and you will have a little bit more control and knowledge of and over yourself than anybody else does. Okay, that is a ticket to self-confidence and not being manipulated. I still feel like shuffling, so I'm gonna shuffle until I feel content, and then I'm gonna check bottom of the deck energy, and we're gonna see shadow work. Shadow work. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. But find time. You have to find the right time for it. Okay, you have to balance a lot of things. Combat de Mars is a card of masculine and feminine, defense and offense, a balance. But it is not masculine and feminine. It's a masculine card. It's a masculine card. It's combat of Mars, but it is discernment between defense and attack. So this might be kind of bottom line what you're learning here, but you have to go through shadow work to get it. You've got to heal the. You've got to heal the parts of you that need healing from your past, possibly from your childhood, possibly some biases you learned from your parents. You've been dragging it along with you way too long. You shouldn't have. It was not your burden to carry. And you've done almost everything to kind of not necessarily counteract it, but I mean, your life is pretty solid set. But there's this thing is wrong. It's like you almost have what you want, but something is wrong. Something is off. Work with yourself. This barn owl is a card of efficiency. There might be some things that you have to really, really, really dig at, really, really, really kind of sneak up on and attack to actually make sure that you're not throwing up fucking walls for you, lies for yourself to believe so that you don't actually ever get this shadow work done. Okay? Hope this helped. Love you.